I must tell you, Manchester City fans, they are very, very ungrateful.
What's going on?
Many of them came into Manchester City when Guardiola started giving them results.
But it's a result
winning the Premier League back to back for 4 times.
Environment. It's a results-based industry. Okay. If you're not winning, it's bound to happen. Criticism, scrutiny will fly around. It's normal. The first Manchester derby of the new Premier League season will take center stage this weekend, and the big question is, of the two managers, Amorim and Pep Guardiola, who is under more pressure? That is the crux of today's show right here. And of course, this is a preview of the first Manchester derby of the season. My name is Ayomide Daniels, and this is the Nutmeg here on GuardianTV. Yes, of course, you're welcome again to the Nutmeg, and I'm joined by Hogan this time. It's a Manchester derby. It's a Manchester United fan, and he's looking forward to the Manchester derby, most certainly. And am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, it's nice to be on the Nutmeg again after a long time, and definitely I'm looking forward to
What exactly are you looking forward to in this match? Because the honest truth is that the Manchester derby has lost its savour in the last couple of games. I don't know if you'll agree with me.
Yes, you can say that, but however, this is Manchester derby. It's clash of the Titans.
I think the last most interesting Manchester derby was the FA Cup final.
Yes. I think we also had
a final where Man United won. That Community Shield is not something that...
No, it's also part of it. Anytime you see the Blues and the Reds coming together to play, whether it's at Old Trafford or at Etihad, it's always a serious game to actually look forward to.
Anytime but now. Because to be honest, both teams are in mid-table, although just 3 games, but mid-table teams at best.
However, you know that even though they are in mid-table now, we know that Guardiola's team will always start at the mid-table, and at the end of the day, at the end of the season, they are at the top.
So are you suggesting to be at the top at the end?
No, I'm not suggesting that, because there's a lot of things going on presently in Manchester City. I feel like they've not been able to, actually recover themselves from the players who actually won the treble and winning consecutive leagues. And right now this season, one of their best players left, and that in person of Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Hogan has also left too, and Rodri is still trying to get back his form, and that might take a long time.
But they spent quite an amount of money, and not much has changed in the way that the team applies itself. Do you think that they should allow Pep go now? I mean, a lot of people are calling for a sack. Nothing has particularly changed in the way they play. It's still the same. Teams have found a way to get the better of Pep Guardiola's team in England. So do you think that they should stick with him? Do you still have trust? Do you think it's done in England, or perhaps he just needs time to evolve this particular team?
So I must tell you, Manchester City fans, they are very, very ungrateful. And I know where that is coming from. You see, many of the Manchester City fans now, that we have now, they actually came in from different clubs. Some of them from Arsenal.
But some of them are new generation fans that don't necessarily care about history.
But they watch...
when it comes to sports, generally, fans care about the present. What's going on?
Many of them came into Manchester City when Guardiola started giving them results.
But it's a result.
Winning the Premier League back to back for 4 times.
Environment. It's a results-based industry. Okay. If you're not winning, it's bound to happen. Criticism, scrutiny will fly around. It's normal.
After 3 games?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say that...
Especially in a high-stake club like Mancity, where they're used to winning.
Oh, okay. When they were not used to winning, and he came in and turned their story around. You see, this is
why... The thing is, the story had been turned around too. And the only difference is won them the Champions League.
For the first time in their history.
Other coaches had won the league. They were also used to success before he came.
How many leagues does Man City have? How many
I know what Pep did is remarkable.
Remarkable.
We're not taking anything out of it.
Excellent, expedient.
But at the same time, and I'm not even defending anyone, but fans care about the moment and what's happening in the moment. And right now, what's going on in Manchester City, like you said earlier, is pretty bad. It's a bad sight.
Yeah, we can say that actually, fact being fact, we can say that when...
now you are being a journalist, facts being fact.
when a team is not performing the way it ought to, you can say, let's call for the head of the coach, of the manager, and all. Yes, they've spent a lot from January transfer window till now. They've spent a lot.
Yeah.
They've bought players, midfielders that are actually very good from where they are coming from. But it's just obvious that right now they are not yet able to dwell into the pattern.
Let's also look at the red side. The red side has Ruben Amorim. A lot of people defended him, saying last season he just needs his team, or he just needs to enter into preseason and all that stuff. But it is probably above, not probability, but they're above Mancity at the moment by just a point. But they've not exactly covered themselves in glory. Let's tell the truth. That's the honest truth. None of the attackers except Brian Mbeumo has got a goal yet. Benjamin Šeško has not really been playing. Matheus Cunha, we hope he can be in this Manchester derby, but he's also not got an assist or got a goal. These are questions that people are asking. At least you've assembled an expensive attack, and also they've got a goalkeeper now, Semen Lamens, and we'll just have to see whether he starts or not. But
Onana is finally gone.
And Onana is gone at the end of the day. So maybe whatever that changes, we'll get to find out. We'll also get to find out if Semen Lamens is the decent or right replacement for him. But things are not exactly going right in the red side of Manchester at the same time.
Yes, we can say that things are not going the way we expect it, but we know now, we are all fans, football fans, we are always longing for better things.
So why were you questioning Man City fans?
I am sure that...
let's come back to that. Why are you questioning Man City fans for being ambitious?
See, the reason why you can say you are giving the reason why we say I'm questioning Manchester City fans is because this guy in question has given you 4 Premier Leagues in 5 years or 6 years, back to back, 4 Premier Leagues back to back, Champions League for the very first time in the history of Manchester City since they ever thought of developing a team or building a
So how is it different from Manchester United now?
It's different from Manchester United.
In the last 13 years, Man United have not won.
These are different
The
coaches.
moment is longer for Manchester United fans. They've been craving this top-tier success for the best of 15 years now, and they've not got it.
Let's not forget that the context of our discussion today is based on the managers. Guardiola and Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim is just coming to Manchester United. He has barely spent a full season. This is his first full season. Pep Guardiola has spent seasons with Manchester City with achievements to back them up.
So what convinces you that for at least this season, Amorim will get it right? What convinces you? Because his record is not exactly that of a world beater when it comes to Manchester United. Whichever way you want to look at it.
When it comes to Manchester United, I feel that many of us as fans, we need to go back to where Amorim is coming from. It was not very smooth when he got into Sporting. He had to clear off almost the old...
But this is Man United, not Sporting.
Team. Yeah, he has to clear off the old team. There is already the foundation is already being cracked. What you need to do is not to patch it up. It is for you to scatter everything and rebuild all over
Which
again.
he has
Which
done.
I feel like
I think
he has not fully done it.
Look at the number of players that had to leave. Anthony, Sancho, Garnacho. The list goes on. Eriksen was not.
He has not fully done it. These players that you just mentioned now and every other ones that you are going to mention are players that came into Manchester United.
You mentioned Onana.
No, I'm coming. They are players of Manchester United who came in the past 2-3 seasons.
But he's done an overhaul.
The overhaul is not done yet. We still have the likes of Luke Shaw, who has spent 8 years in Manchester United. And what is that?
Amorim tells you that he's a decent player and, of course, a world beater if he can keep fit.
Yes, we are not saying these players that left Manchester United are not also decent players, but what is their contribution to the team? How many years do they spend on injury? In the past, the amount of minutes Shaw has played for Manchester United this season is higher than the amount of minutes he played for Manchester United in the whole of last season. Let's
just collapse this conversation somewhere around here now. So let me ask you, in terms of who keeps their jobs further than another, who stands the better chance of being here come the end of the season at least?
It's obvious that Manchester United's board, they've said this several times, that they want to stick to Amorim. I believe that at the end of the season, as we speak, I think there's already a discussion of extending his contract for 2 more years. So
Amorim?
Yes. So there's already a discussion on the table. News are already flying here and there that he'll be adding 2 more years to his contract. So it's obvious. I think the only thing that can affect that contract discussion is probably him finishing.
I don't think we should be talking about the contract for Amorim here. We should be talking about him winning 2 games on the bounce, which he has not done since he got the job almost a year ago.
Everything is possible. This is football. It's possible.
Don't make it look hard. It's two wins in a row.
What if he wins Manchester City and wins Chelsea?
Let him
games
let him do it before they give the contract at least.
Well, you can say that, but as we speak presently, between him and Pep Guardiola,
you think
Guardiola is the one?
Chance
Yes.
of keeping his job?
Yes, Guardiola is the one they are actually calling for his head right now. Unlike Amorim, the board we should be able to come out and say yes. At the beginning of the season, the fans of Manchester United.
Manchester United finished last season.
No,
they finished 15th.
Yes, they finished 15th.
A defeat can return them back to that territory.
It's possible. It's possible. But however,
a defeat against this Pep Guardiola side.
It is still the beginning of the season. It's fourth game, the fourth game of the season.
Yes.
But however, what we are saying is at the end of the season, if they start to discuss contract extension with Amorim now, after 3 games, and they give him 2 years contract extension, I don't think they want to sack him. At the beginning of the season, Manchester United fans were calling for his head, but they rejected it. And all they came out to say is,
Hogan,
we are standing by our manager.
Last question. Let's not forget, the derby is this weekend. Who wins the derby?
Manchester United.
I was not expecting you to
Manchester United wins the derby. Manchester United of Amorim.
I promise you, watching this edition, that we'll start the next edition with this. So if he flopped it, you'll be seeing him on your pictures. Thank you very much for watching this edition of the Nutmeg. And of course, you can be part of the community by hitting the subscribe button and also tapping the notification bells on YouTube. Also, you can follow us across social media at Guardian Nigeria. Hogan, it's not been a pleasure, to be honest, but we have to leave it somewhere. Thank you very much for being a part of it.
Thank you very much. Always my pleasure.
And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.